my Panda Pals, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to cover what happened on The Other Way, Season 6, Episode 12. So everyone gather around, and let's get right into it. Let's check in with Sean and Joanne. The kids are playing video games on the couch, and Joanne is super happy that they all seem to be getting along really well. Her eldest is going to play babysitter tonight, and the three adults head out to the pub so that Noelle can finally have some time to grill Sean. Noelle starts off by expressing obvious concerns because the two of them have been dating forever and she has never met him.
Are you a murderer?
Well, I'm waiting a long time to chop her up.
We can check that box now.
Not going to chop her up in LA in Ireland.
She then asks what Sean's intentions are for the future, and the two smirk because she don't know that they are already married. And Sean just says that he would eventually love to all live under the same roof. And Noelle is like, yeah, and where would that roof be located geographically? Because y'all live very far from each other.
She definitely went straight in with no lube, didn't she? Haven't even sat down and had a sip of me drink, love. I was like, what the f***? It's kind of throwing back a little bit.
Sir, she did not go in completely dry. Calm down. Like, I know that she may not have been using a lot of lube, but she at least gave you a good haktua, you know? Sean tells us that if Noelle knew that they were married, she would know what his intentions were and that they're not just messing around. But, like, you don't think people are still gonna be concerned why y'all were secretly married for years? You don't think people are gonna have any concerns about your intentions once they find that out? Sean explains that he hasn't been able to visit the States because he literally can't. So apparently, he overstayed his ESTA visa and now he's been banned from traveling to the US for 3 years. Now I'm wondering, did they not tell her mother about the travel ban? Cause she was all like, oh, he's the man, he should be coming to the States to visit me. I feel like if she knew that he literally could not, she would have felt a little bit differently about the whole thing. Noelle asks if he liked America when he visited, and he was like, oh yeah, it was fine, but I was super homesick.
It makes me nervous that Sean said he was homesick when he was in America. What does that mean for their future? Like, is Joanne just gonna up and leave?
To be fair, you can literally say the same thing about Sean. He has family and friends here that he would have to also give up if he were to move to the States. Plus, he would also have to uproot his daughter. And it sounds like if Joanne moved to Ireland, she's totally fine abandoning her children back in the US, so she kind of has one less complication that she has to worry about. The conversation doesn't really go anywhere, and it really can't until Joanne and Sean come clean about their marriage, which they do plan on doing tomorrow. It's tomorrow! Everyone heads out to see some of the Irish sights before they all settle down for some food. Joanne tells everyone that they have some news to share, and everyone is super nervous and anxious, and Joanne does reassure them that it is good news.
We're married.
Are you guys joking? For 2 years?
Congratulations, but like, what the?
Noelle asks the very obvious question of why they didn't tell anyone, and Sean is like, okay, maybe we could start with congratulations before we go into all of this negativity. And Noelle is like, bro, shut up, I literally just said congratulations. And then she's like, why wouldn't you tell your best friend? And then her son is like, why wouldn't you tell your son? And Joanne is like, well, I mean, we wanted to have you guys meet first and make sure everyone got along before we revealed anything, which again is the most ass-backwards way of doing things.
Huh?
Yeah. It's definitely a shocker. I was not expecting that. I'm annoyed with her.
He goes on to say that it is so hypocritical how his mother tells him that he can tell her anything, and here she is keeping a huge thing like her marriage a secret from him for 2 years.
Jess, you all right?
No, I'm confused.
Yeah, what?
Okay.
I'm happy, but like...
Dude, I feel so bad for the kids. Like, this stranger that they met 24 hours ago, they found out is their new step-parent. And then to find out that they've been keeping that from you for 2 years? Like, that sucks. Joanne tries to justify their decision and says that her and Sean were just so wrapped up in their own little bubble that they didn't even think about how it would hurt the people that they loved the most by keeping this a secret from them. And now that she's able to see everyone's reaction, she definitely understands that this was not the best idea.
Congratulations, then.
The kids are upset and confused, and that makes me feel like...
I really don't know how at any point you thought that this could be a good idea. I mean, how would you feel if your eldest went off to college, came back 2 years later to introduce you to his girlfriend, and then tells you 2 days later that they've actually been married for the past 2 years and he kept it a secret from you? That wouldn't feel great, would it? Let's check in with Shekinah and Sarper. After agreeing to go to therapy to save his relationship, Sarper takes Shekinah to his car to show her how committed he is to being with her.
You brought all your bottles?
All of them. I really want to destroy them, babe. Will you come with me?
Okay.
Okay.
Shekinah is super happy that he's finally getting rid of these damn bottles, but she does say that she hopes relationship-ending fights are not a necessity for her to see real change in Sarper going forward, because she is not down for that.
I don't want to deal with this over and over throughout our life together. It's just so draining.
They drive for what seems like forever to get to a junkyard, and Shekinah throws some shade saying that his car fits right in, and then the two of them take out their anger together.
Delete my past.
Oh my God. How does it feel?
It is freedom.
Then Sarper lights a fire and pulls out his infamous notebook.
Is that your book?
Yes. I want to get rid of this.
Are you gonna burn it?
I'm gonna burn it.
Sarper tells us that he didn't want to destroy his bottles or his notebook, but he's willing to do it for Shekinah. And I'm happy he did it because, Shekinah aside, that's just gross. But you know, I really hope that this doesn't become something that he holds over her head or he really grows to resent her for. Sarper asks if she'll come home with him tonight, and she tells him that she is gonna stand firm and will think about coming back after he goes to therapy.
You know, I'm not full of unlimited chances. It doesn't mean that I don't love him. It just means that I love myself more.
It is the first day of therapy, and Shekinah tells us that a man seeking therapy is not looked upon positively in Turkey because it's seen as a huge weakness. And Sarper is a big, tough, real man and prides himself on being an alpha type, so this is a huge step for him. The therapist asks what brought them in, and Sarper says that their relationship has been having issues because he has a crippling need to be in control of everything. Shekinah goes on to detail the argument about the vanity, where Sarper unintentionally ripped out her hair extensions over the purchase of said vanity.
And that's the problem with most of our fights, is it is about something really silly, and it becomes really big.
Completely unrelated, Sarper has some dainty-ass calves. The therapist asks him how he felt when Shekinah refused his gift of the vanity, and he said that his first emotion was anger. Then she asks him to dig a little bit deeper and tell her why he thinks he got angry first. And Sarper does a big hard think, and he says that he was scared. Shekinah is a strong, independent woman, but when she's with him, she is super submissive, and he likes that. So when she rejected his gift because she did not want it, he started to feel like he was losing his control over her, which he took as a sign that he was losing her.
She's starting to get a little rebellious to me. She's not loving me that much. I get mad at her. I don't know why.
Shekinah does not like that when she is sad or crying, Sarper's first go-to is to get mad at her and not to comfort her. And Sarper says that the fear of losing her or the fear of her not loving him anymore drives him legitimately crazy.
Well, you have the ability to make me happy, and yet you choose to make me very sad way too often.
Let's check in with Lily and Josh. Lily calls Josh into the bedroom to tell him that in China, it is tradition for couples to get a new bed the night before the wedding. And Josh is like, we just bought this bed. We do not need to buy a new one. And Lily is like, yeah, but we need a red one.
The night before your marriage, we always put red sheets on the bed.
Lily then walks to the closet and pulls out a bunch of new red bedding. And Josh is like, oh, okay, I see what you mean by new bed now. They put the sheets on the bed and there's some text on it, and Josh is like, what does this mean? And Lily tells him that it means because love. And it still honestly really bothers me that Josh does not know a lick of English, yet has the audacity to complain that Lily has trouble understanding him when he talks. Lily tells him that in China, there is a saying to not make love until it's on a red bed. So I think it basically means save it until you get married. But the red also signifies things like prosperity, good fortune, and love. Anyway, Lily is super excited about the red bed and getting it on because they have not done it at all since Josh made his move to China.
I think you don't want to make love.
What? It's crazy.
Yeah, I think.
Lily tells him that in China, it is not customary for the woman to initiate, so she feels super embarrassed having to express her carnal desires for him. And Josh is like, oh, I had no idea, but you know, I'm sick, I got this goal, darn it.
Just you like me. Just you like me.
Wow, that was not convincing at all. Lily is like, I really want it. I really, 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 really want it. And he's like, yes, I know. I totally want it too. And I want to give it to you. And I'm gonna give it to you eventually. which Lily definitely does not believe.
I want to, so just give me a few more days.
Let's check in with Statler and Dempsey. Dempsey is inside questioning if this relationship is worth all of this effort, and Statler is outside frustrated that Dempsey seems to think that she can turn her anxiety off whenever it is an inconvenience to her.
Looking back at past relationships, my anxiety has been a major problem. She knew that going into this. The reality of it might be a bit much for her.
Dempsey tells us that Statler has mentioned she's very comfortable in misery, and now that she's thinking about it, she doesn't really understand how anyone can say that they are comfortable in misery. And now she's wondering, is that the kind of person that I want to be with? A lot of people are comfortable in their misery. I hate to admit it, but Statler reminds me so much of who I used to be. And for me, I was comfortable in my misery because it allowed me to perpetually be the victim, right? The issue was never with me, it was everyone else's problem. And so with that,
I don't expect somebody to be happy all the time. I'm not happy all the time, but I also feel this will obviously take its toll on me.
Dempsey heads back out and she tells Statler that she wishes she would tell her when she's starting to get anxious, because Dempsey hates feeling caught off guard when Statler immediately goes on the defensive and starts being mean to her.
If you understood anxiety, then you'd understand that sometimes you get irritable, it becomes too much, and you do snap at people.
Dempsey asks Statler a bunch of questions like, do you even want to go on the trip? Have you been happy at any time during this trip?
Can we talk about this when we get on land? Like, this is just a very high emotional conversation, and it's just...
Dempsey gets super frustrated again because once they reach land, she has to drive nonstop. And Statler is like, dude, we live in the van. We do not have to drive anywhere if we do not want to. Can we please do this later? And Dempsey's like, absolutely not. We are doing this now.
I enjoy life. I love the fun.
I'm begging you to please stop talking about this right now.
No, I won't.
I wish you could be in my body right now. I really wish you could be.
Statler starts to spiral at this point because she's in the middle of having a panic attack, and now the person that she loves is basically preparing to break up with her. The two of them should absolutely go to couples therapy because Statler needs to learn how to manage her anxiety in the context of her relationship with Dempsey, and I think Dempsey just needs to learn about anxiety in general and its effects on people. And also learn how to be patient with her partner, but also know how to draw boundaries so that she isn't consistently getting disrespected. And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. I hope you guys like this video. If you are not subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button, give this video a big furry thumbs up, and let me know in the comments below what you thought of this episode. I hope to see you guys on the next one, and as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye!